Welcome to St Micheal's Junction. This is update 19. It has been a long time, I know, but so much has happened. No, I mean a lot. I don't just mean the lockdown either, which did restrict a lot of things. I changed a career path. I no longer do security after all these years. Just fancy a change. As my update is concerned, I've now built a hole going right round the loft, top of the loft, the foundations for my baseballs to sit on. The difficult part of this was getting it from B&M to here, because restrictions of movement. So I had to do bit by bit. And obviously that took its toll as well, time. Months working, which we all got to do. When I started my new job, I had a lot to learn. So there was a good 2.5 months of learning everything, and there's still a lot to learn. So, as my update is concerned, as I said, it's all to do with I built all the foundations going all the way around the loft. It looks really, really good. I'll give you a tour of the loft. Little bits and pieces we've done. There's a few parts of this video you'll see me putting together, but not a lot. I think I didn't film a lot of it because it was a lot of work, and because it's only a hobby, I was getting fed up with it. And when I brought the wood, it all was on the floor here waiting. Then I had to cut it up, and I never had a place in which you saw an update about a workshop, and that was occupied. We had someone moving for a bit. It's just a lot. This is some of the material I've been using for the layout, which these I've been using for legs as well as these. This mainly goes round, and these I put them like that, like a cross member, so it will support the baseball when it goes on. When I've done the electrical work, now this was in place, so I put it in a position where I thought it has to be, but no, it's going to change. And what I like about my layout, it's going to be here, so it's like this height all the way around. So like the PRT Trains was virtually on the floor for only what, 2-3 inches, maybe about 2 feet off the floor. So it's now right up here. It's almost 4.5 feet high from the ground. So with my little stool I got in place, when I'm sitting watching it all go around, I better sit on it and enjoy it. My station this time will be at that end of the loft. I'm gonna take the camera in a minute. I'm going to put in places and then talk about how we built, what's going to be there, and yeah, see you in a bit. This area here, what I've built here, this is where the metal tank was, remember, and where I dismantled all the area where the tank was. I dismantled where all the tank was. So I built all this structure. It goes right up to here. It's to go along that way, and as I said, this is open because the baseballs are sit on here. I plan to put a river in this area and some sort of garden area here, and the trains will be sitting here. The station will be in this area, so they're coming from that side and whiz around like this. And yeah, I've got a lot of potential for this area here to be the city, and the reason why I want to be here, this side of the loft, it'll be undisturbed, because over there we've got the electrical work that was put in for the panels on the roof. So just in case an engineer needs to get to them, they've got access over there. So yeah, so that's this done. I'll show you next stage now. Anyway, so This is the I've just moved the camera. You've just seen it over there. This is the where the baseball was sitting, and if you can see here, these are all the uprights I built. Like I showed you how I've done them, and it's all rigid nicely. And the baseball will sit on this and go all the way to the end of the loft there. I don't know if you can see that there, because I can't even get to the camera yet. So that's where it's going to be, rather in there. So I'm going to put myself down there and have a look. Hello. Yeah, so this is the far end. As you see, I'm sitting down, my head's just above it all. So you can tell how high it's going to be from the old PRT train. St Micheal Junction is going to be this height. This is the area around here I'm leaving free, which I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, anyway, so as I was saying, this is the area that we'll have the baseboard on here, but I'm going to design it so it flips up like this because of this here. In case you have an engine, like I said, you need to do different stuff on the roof, we'll have access to this. So I've designed it so even the biggest person can get in here and do it. This comes off, so you've got plenty of access to it. So that's free. So the line will continue that way and go around that way of the loft. And I plan to have a castle area. There will be lots of tunnels. Because at my old job I got a lot of carpet tubing, and someone kind enough cut them down for me, which I'm pleased. They got them in the loft, which is the far end. I'll show you in a minute. And yeah, it's been cool. It's been a good 4 months of putting this all together, the plan of it, the design of it all, and I'm happy with it. And plus, when I do the wiring underneath it, I got this height, so I'll be just here instead of like the other one was really like that, wasn't it? Remember, it's a stretch. I ain't got all that now. I can get underneath it, and this might probably be able to do it. Anyway, move the camera again. Anyway, so here we go. This is to give you an idea of the length of the other side going down to the far end corner. As I said, it's a city. The baseball will be sitting on both of those 2x4s going up. It just makes life a lot easier when I do the wiring, the soldering, and the height is what I'm. Now this is the tubing I'm going to be using for my tunnels. I might be using it for the underground tunnels as well. I'm not too sure. I'm going to get a different size, but we'll see. Eh? I'll just drag one out so I can try and show you how you see the depth of them. I'll be cutting them down so they'd be more suited as a tunnel, and I'll put all the brick layers around it. I will be using the foam to build up so it looks like all mountains and trees and things, and I'm really happy how it's turned out. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoy this tour of the loft, St Micheal Junction, and how it's the progress, and that's it. And at last, and I agree with what everyone's going to say in the comments, at last I'm actually doing something about my trains. But finance is sometimes difficult, and this lockdown hasn't helped a lot for a lot of people mentally, so there's been a lot of things happening in that department. So I haven't got much to say apart from tune in next time for the next update. Have I enjoyed this one? Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's been frustrating there because it's woodwork, and I had to buy a couple of machines for my workshop down there to make this happen. It's a circular saw and a bandsaw, which was a bit of a problem because I bought it on the bandsaw. I bought on Facebook for 80 quid, and it never worked. So I had to get an electrician and look at it, and it ended up being when you close the doors, they got these plastic things go into. It's like a sensor, like a safety guard that machine could never run without those shut and that pressed. So what he said we can do, because they're not working, he got rid of them basically. So if I ever need to change that, the band that cuts me, I'm gonna unplug it and now it turns on, because I don't always like safety switches taken off, but we couldn't get this to work, so he sort of found a way around it. I mean, the machine runs as normal, cutting the wood, it's brilliant, but if I ever need to touch that blade, then I will unplugged. Anyway, so yeah, it's all good stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next update. Bye for now.